Lionel here. So, one of the questions that it's not even a question, it's a statement that I generally see, and it's about how every character is all powerful. How every character can just wipe away a multiverse or an omniverse, or how every character has basically all power, or how they're stomping omnipotence like they're cannon fodder. False. Absolutely false. This is why I'm bringing up to you tier 8. I think it'd be better if I explain some of these tiers to explain how the mechanics work, how the system work, kinda. Basically, like, so I'm gonna go to it. Like, Guidepost to Tomorrow, that has a, a lot of characters that cannot like wipe out the universe. They have characters that are not all powerful. Don't get me wrong. Some exist in this story. It comes later on. But most of the characters, like in the first book, probably would lose to Superman or something, you know? Um, you have characters in Heir to the Stars too, who legitimately are not omnipotent. They could never even stand close to an omnipotent character. They couldn't stand close to being all powerful. Some characters are literally just immortal and can collapse space time. I know I say that like that's a casual thing, but it is. It's that's as far as they go. When another character, what is it? The nymph character, she can petrify characters, absorb kinetic energy, has automatic defenses, and can generate absolute zero temperatures. Again, nothing about that says that she's going to be taking on some high level character, you know. There's a bunch of different categories and different different existences that fall into tier 8. Mainly the ones that are in the low tier of tier 8, there's nothing special, you know. It's just regular entities that you'd see marching around. Now, when you get to the low middle of tier 8, that's when you get into the transcendent existences and those who have the title of God. And let me know, this was written pretty much a decade ago now. Back when I really used that term God, I've tried to go beyond that. And basically, when I gave that title, it was meant for beings that have created an omniverse and are above all. And of course, they're essentially and necessarily omnipotent, omnipresent, omniscient. They're the paradox defined. However, I classified them as the lowest and weakest level. And you know, there's quite a few of them. Seven Trials to Glory, Michael, who is the Bishop, the Bloody Serenade, the Bloody Valentine, the Great Significance, the Morning Flower, Yewa. I mean, I keep going, but there's a lot. And I actually gave a defined number, although that's just the minimum. Once you go into the high end of the low, I don't know. That's when we start reaching the characters that basically are beyond that level of God, beyond that level of omniversal creators. Once we get to the middle low end, that's when we start getting into those wow. That's when we get into those that can start manipulating pataphysics. After that, it just goes up. Tier 8, definitely quite expansive, but it starts at the bottom, and those at the bottom, literally like those at the low end of tier 8, it's a lot of characters, believe it or not, and they're not above omnipotence. They're not above characters that are all powerful. They can't even step to them. There's quite a few characters that do exist, but the reason why even characters that are all powerful, because now I'm going to get into that, characters that are all powerful, they're in tier 8, and as you know, listen to me, they're in the low middle of tier 8. If you go, and I'm gonna put the link down, if you go look at that, the tier levels, you'll see how far it goes, and you don't even get started. So obviously, I don't consider omnipotence in my work to be anything significant, but I constantly progress and climb higher and higher and higher. But tier 8 has so much to explore, and I'm definitely gonna explore it in some side stories that I have coming out, because I mean it's just a lot. So that's it for that one.